What up, fellow fanboys and fangirls? Venom Force here, and this is a reaction video to the newest Death Battle! So excited because Career Tag has done again with Marvel vs. DC Comics. I think the last one was the Hulk versus the Abomination. No, it was Hulk versus Doomsday. Sorry, Abomination was from Marvel, so I was like, yeah, brain farted. Anyway, so this one is Venom from Spider-Man's enemies, a symbiote who happens to be Spider-Man's enemy, versus Bane. One of Batman's enemies in the DC comic universe. So without further ado, let's press play.
Every champion of justice inspires others, whether they mean to or not. And sometimes that inspiration creates your worst nightmare. Venom,
They used
the
Overwatch
ultimate antithesis to
and
Spider-Man.
The Incredibles.
And Bane, the burly genius who broke the bat. He's Wiz, I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Oh, it's like a classic video game style. Okay.
The word symbiosis refers to two organisms living in beneficial harmony, such as when two beings bond over an obsessive, psychotic desire to kill Spider-Man. Eddie Brock was an up-and-coming journalist on the brink of national success when life decided to just shit all over him. One day, Eddie published an article incriminating a man he thought was a serial killer. However, that very same day, Spider-Man caught the real killer, publicly shaming Eddie. As a result, Eddie's company fired him, his father disowned him, and his wife left him. Also, he had cancer. Damn, talk about a bad day. Understandably pretty upset about it, Eddie blamed Spider-Man for ruining his life. This led to his fateful meeting with a weird black gooey alien. Remember Gag from the 90s? It's just like that, except alive and evil. This was a symbiote from the planet Clintar, an alien species with one goal: to grow stronger by fusing with a living host. I know that sounds intimidating and almost parasitic, but the Clintar people are naturally a peaceful race. However, they often inherit their host's traits and personality. This symbiote in particular had previously bonded with a violent alien bent on genocide and a costume superhero everybody knows as Deadpool. That crazy lunatic? Oh, there's no way this symbiote is sane after that. It wasn't.
Oh boy.
Afterward, it bonded with Spider-Man, who experienced this rage and lunacy firsthand. Horrified by this, Spider-Man eventually discarded the symbiote. Unaware the alien had determined Spidey was its ideal host and became obsessed with him. Much like bar trash Cindy that sometimes you go home with, but never really want to see her again. So
Really, with that clip from South Park, guys? Really?
And a black goo monster, both
Yeah, I'll be leaving a link in the
other
Death Battle in the description box down below so you guys can watch
Did you
it.
know Eddie came up with the name Venom because he felt he was spewing venom from the tabloids he worked at? Seriously? I give that origin a 3 out of 10. Thank God the name's cool at least, and Venom's abilities are even cooler. He's insanely strong, ridiculously agile, and has a fast-paced healing factor. He can power through bullets with no problem at all. Plus, the symbiote carries some of the abilities of its previous owners, including Spidey. That means he can climb on walls and shoot webbing strong enough that Spidey himself can't break through. Technically speaking, Venom simply reproduces the webbing effects via one of his more useful powers, shape-shifting. This symbiote can act as a liquid, allowing it to increase Venom's size for intimidation, or even mimic Eddie's everyday clothing for discretion. Not to mention, Venom can morph into a wingsuit to glide through the air, isolate burst toxins from its host body,
Oh my god, I'm so behind.
or even just sprout spikes for simple stabbing weapons. With these abilities seemingly limited
Some of the stuff I completely forgot because I
Venom
only
has
watched
tangled with many
the
of his
rest of the
heavy
stuff when I
hitters.
was a kid.
He's defeated Spider-Man without having a host, resisted Ghost Rider's penance stare, and shaken off the Hulk's infamous thunderclap.
Okay,
Right,
Hulk
he's even taken
and
blows from the likes of the
Spidey
Juggernaut and the
are,
Hulk.
yeah, I knew.
Even if Venom does get injured,
But the Ghost Rider
the symbiote
one?
can
Nope.
rapidly heal its host. From broken bones, impalement through the chest, or even blast from an anti-tank rocket. He's also so speedy that he can catch up to bullets in mid-flight. But if he doesn't feel like it, he'll just take the shot and spit it back with deadly force. He's strong enough to bust down metal doors with his fists, tear apart large military trucks, or throw cars several blocks away.
I mean, part of that's gotta be Brock. Have you seen how much that dude can lift?
Most impressively, Venom once held up a giant carnival ride similar to a Ferris wheel, even after getting struck by one of his worst weaknesses, a sound gun.
A sound gun? That's pretty lame. So, like, I could just beat him if I scream really loud?
With enough sound or literal firepower, yes, you could force the symbiote to expose the vulnerable host underneath. Though I should note that repeated exposure has helped Venom build up some tolerance. Also, while the symbiote is highly versatile, Venom is not exactly a strategist. Unsurprising given his apparent insanity.
I like being mad. It makes me happy.
The symbiote also requires a diet containing the chemical phenethylamine.
Venom, what? You like, buy that at the store, or?
No, it's found in certain fungi, chocolate, and brain matter, which the symbiote greatly hungers for.
Oh, great! Now it eats brains! God, this guy is literally a living nightmare.
Eddie, is that you?
There's no more Eddie and no more symbiote. Only Venom.
Shit. Well,
In his
if I do
personal
get possessed, I
mission
would
to
probably
drive
try to
crime
convince the
from Gotham
symbiote
City,
to only eat
Batman
chocolate.
has faced dozens
Fun
of
guy.
foes, each more vile and cunning than the last. But none challenged his sheer willpower more than the monstrous man called Bane.
Bane's life was screwed from the start. He was born into prison and made to carry out his dead dad's life sentence. Talk about carrying the sins of your father. I mean, who puts a baby in jail? Couldn't it just, like, crawl through the bars? Did they make baby jail? I have so many questions.
The child spent his dawning years in captivity, forced to fend for himself against a cruel and unforgiving world. Then, one day, a fateful accident caused something to snap inside him.
I'm guessing his neck.
No, well, it should have. Instead, the boy slipped into a coma where he saw a vision of his future self. A man standing above all other men.
Future self told him he would be second to none, so long as he could conquer the power of fear, which is apparently shaped like a bat. Nah, would you look at that?
Ironic.
What are the odds?
When the
Batman's
child
fear is
awoke,
bats,
he
right?
began his
That's
journey
why
to
he's called
conquer that
Batman,
fear
despite his own
through
fear.
the power of bloody murder.
Hell yeah. That's also when the prison warden called him a bane to everything holy.
And that's why he's named Bane.
2 out of 10. Anyway, it wasn't long before Bane caught wind of a certain bat ruling Gotham City by fear. But he got to work trying to become the ridiculously jacked guy he saw in his dream, so he could take down Batman once and for all.
As he grew up, Bane entered an intense daily workout regimen, not just of his body, but his mind as well. He educated himself in 10 languages, escapology, combat tactics, and several martial arts, including a few he created himself.
Bane pretty
What?
much became a legend across the prison. So to remind everybody who was in charge, the warden decided to make an example of him.
See, this place wasn't just a prison. The army of Santa Prisca was conducting tests on human subjects with an experimental formula called Venom.
Because
Oh,
super soldier
no.
formulas are all the rage.
The last thing I know, I heard
killed
about Venom.
every previous test subject, but Bane
I
proved
think that's what you
hardier than
call
expected.
the
And after he
Cobra.
had a taste, Bane wanted Venom for himself.
Yeah, they're a King
So he
Cobra
faked
or
his
something
own
like
death,
that.
punched a few
Whatever that
sharks to
villain's
death,
name is.
and liberated the whole prison
'Cause,
single-handed.
dude, that's-
The inmates joined his cause, and he took his new super soldier serum to Gotham City.
Using a special apparatus on his wrist, Bane can administer a dosage of Venom directly into his brain at will. Doing so dramatically increases his muscle mass, turning him into one of Gotham City's most ferocious physical threats. He's destroyed the Batmobile with his bare hands, jumped off skyscrapers without injury, and lifted loaded armored trucks which weigh tens of thousands of pounds. And then there's the feat he's most famous for, breaking the back of Batman. But Bane didn't just
Damn.
break bone. He literally put poor Batman into a coma.
Well,
Damn.
years later, Batman did get his revenge. After swapping powers with Superman, he paid Bane a visit and broke his everything.
And somehow, this didn't kill him.
He's one tough son of a bitch, and if he needs it, Bane can crank up his flow of venom for more strength and faster healing. But when he first tried this, it came at a cost.
Turns out, an overdose of Venom can temporarily deteriorate one's mind, turning Bane into a mindless, muscle-bound beast.
And It's also surprisingly addictive, so eventually Bane swore off the stuff for some time.
But this only let Bane prove that he is just as dangerous even without the performance-enhancing drug. He's been pelted by dozens of bricks at once and taken countless stabbings and bullets without even reacting. He once cauterized his own wound with a blowtorch and even got thrown hundreds of yards by a Lasta-woman and got right back up ready to fight.
Still off the juice, Bane is strong enough to tear down a stone prison wall, casually rip off an armored guy's limbs, and take out dozens of members of the League of Assassins.
What the
fuck? But if he really needs to, he can always fall off the wagon and get back on the Venom.
Bane's absurd power is matched only by his intelligent mind. He possesses a photographic memory, rivals Ra's al Ghul in chess, and deduced the identity of Batman in 1 year when nobody else could figure it out.
Yeah,
What?
Pretty ridiculous,
He's one of the
but
villains
it's
that are
no
able to.
secret that he's at
Holy
his best when
shit!
He's got that Venom juice pumping through his veins. Luckily for him, he eventually developed a form of Venom that didn't turn his brain into mush, and he then soon got addicted to that stuff all over again.
Still, Bane has proven over and over again that with or without Venom, anyone who crosses him will beg for mercy and receive none.
When we fought before, I broke the bat. Today, I break the man.
All right,
Well, was that
that's
Bruce
our
Wayne that
set.
he was
Let's
pummeling?
end this debate once and for all.
But all this strength talk has reminded me I gotta bulk up, and the best way to do it is with a delicious home-cooked meal.
Another Blue Apron ad.
Man,
Here we go.
That's a good home-cooked meal. But going out to buy or hunt my own food is a hassle. If only there was
No,
some
it's
way
better me.
food could be brought straight to me.
Hey,
Improved
it's Sam
thing,
from Game
introducing
Attack.
Blue Apron, the #1 fresh food delivery service in the country. Using only the freshest ingredients, Blue Apron delivers a kit of ready-to-cook meals straight to your door, along with easy-to-follow instructions.
Plus,
I'll
the
see you guys
ingredients
outside in a
are
minute.
perfectly proportioned, so it cuts down on waste, and you know
Dogs are
you're
begging
using
to
the
go
right
outside.
amount. On top of that, you can log into their
So I'm gonna wait till this
website
ad
and
is
select the
over.
upcoming meals
I'll
that
pause
sound
it,
good to
put them
you,
out really quick,
like
and then
the
I'll
spicy shrimp
tell you guys
coconut
who I
curry
think is gonna
with
win.
cabbage and rice.
Plus, it does feel rewarding cooking new and exciting meals right in your own home. But don't just take our word for it. We want you to try it.
Because you're watching Death Battle, you can get 3 meals free with free shipping by heading to blueapron.com/battle.
Seriously, you will love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. So don't wait. That's blueapron.com/battle.
But right now, it's time for our Death Battle!
And pause. Okay, I'm gonna let the dogs out really quick, then I'll come right back. Hold on. So Bane could survive, could fight and survive with or without Venom. With or without Venom. So I'm guessing that he's probably not gonna use Venom in the first half, and then he's gonna find it, use it, and then go up against Venom from Marvel. But Marvel's Venom. But Venom himself, the villain himself, he has a healing heat. The symbiote could heal its host. So he has a healing factor, so Bane might have a bit of, competition going on. But as we all know, Eddie Brock pretty much messed up his career because he jumped into conclusions without doing full-scale investigation completely right. Really right, so he ended up getting fired. That's because he ended up Venom. But Bane is incredibly smart and well-educated, despite that he lived in a prison like all his life. And he knows several forms of fighting, especially he made his own form as well. What the fuck? I heard my sister yelling. I think she's yelling, talking to somebody on the phone. Yeah, anyway. Tough one. But I'm gonna go brains over brawn. Brains and brawn working together as one. Working together. So I'm gonna pick. And Eddie is not really that smart, despite he has a healing factor. But I think Bane will probably win. Bane will win because Bane was smart enough to discover who Batman is in a year. While many others do not know who the fuck Batman is. And so, I'm gonna guess Bane. My theory: Bane will use his brain. to brain to figure out Venom's weakness, use his strength to track Venom, and then go for the kill. So I'm gonna go with Bane, and that's my theory. And that's my theory how it would probably end up, how he ends up winning, if that's the end result. But that's my guessing. More watching. Play. All right. Come on, Bane. Go Bane. Go Bane.
Step aside, niños.
Here's Bane.
It's bad. No, it's something else.
Really? Did you guys give him a Joker laugh for a joke? Oh wait, Venom eats brains too, right?
Oh, your blood's spicy. Delicious.
So Venom eats brains might end up being Bane's brain. Oh no, I forgot about that. Bane. Come on, Bane. Come on.
Daddy and punch. So, you fall back on cheap magic tricks, trying to disappear. Yet you don't know how to be truly invisible. Now, I give you permission to die.
Dogs are barking, I'll let me admit.
You're just like all the others. Broken.
Oh fuck. Oh yeah, the symbiote could like manipulate itself.
What's happening?
Just let them out on their earth.
Now, what we came for.
Oh no.
Up goes a weasel. KO.
And I want to pause. I got the dogs in. Venom just devoured Bane's head. Ugh. Poor Bane. Seriously. Paco's the Weasel? Seriously? Now, excuse me, I'm gonna go take care of the rascal. So that took so long, guys. Nothing weird happened while I was away. Anyway. So, okay, yeah, so Venom kills Bane. And now, hold on. Now we're gonna figure out how.
That can't taste good.
Both fighters were intense physical.
A Batman just appeared out of nowhere to inspect the scene.
Venom had many advantages over Bane. Speed, durability, versatility, and even strength.
Bane's peak strength strength was at most just enough to lift a 27-ton car. Meanwhile, Venom was strong enough to stop a falling carnival ride and hold it up by himself, even while in a weakened state. Comparing it to similar carnival rides, my very conservative estimate would place this thing weighing around 200 tons.
Way more impressive than anything Bane ever lifted.
Of course, Bane was smarter. However, even if he had deduced Venom's key weaknesses of fire and sound, he wasn't really equipped to take advantage of it.
As for speed, Venom could catch bullets. Even better, he could catch up to bullets in midair. He had to move over 1,500 miles per hour to do that.
Ironically enough, almost twice the speed of sound.
Surprisingly, their durability levels were pretty even. Both have taken hits from Superman-level beings and lived to fight another day.
The big difference being Venom's healing factor was far superior. He could fight on par with Juggernaut, who can make 4.8 magnitude earthquakes with his bare hands.
But it's not like Batman ever needed super strength to knock Bane out cold.
In time, Venom's superior strength, speed, durability, and versatility simply overwhelmed Bane.
Looks like Venom was the real Bane of this fight.
The winner is Venom.
I was hoping for Bane to
Hey,
win,
stick
but
around
hey.
to find out who's coming up next on DeathBattle.
And if you want to see behind-the-scenes commentary on the episode, then click that box and start a 30-day free first membership trial. Thanks for watching. And
Okay, here we go, next time. It's a Power Ranger! Oh man! I saw the Power Ranger sitting and I could hear the do in the background. Holy fucking shit. But the question is, what Ranger? Is it the whole group or is it individual? I have no fucking clue. I can't wait to find out. Anyway, I was wrong. Bane lost the DeathBattle, Venom won. And now I really want the next DeathBattle out right now because I'm a huge Power Ranger fan since I was a little girl. So I really want to know who's going to win this one. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for stopping by the DeathBattle. I'll be leaving for this DeathBattle reaction. I'll be leaving a link of the DeathBattle in the description box down below. And while you're at it, click my name below in the description box and check out my video content. I got a variety of videos from vlogs to reactions to movie interviews to gameplays, which I started recently. Gameplays I started recently. And if you like what you watch, like what you see, and be kept up to date with any new videos I'll be posting in the near future, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, Fandom Voicer out.